Yo, what's up everybody? My name is Artorigold and today we're doing a deck profile and some gameplay for Black Yellow Big Mom. This is a very good deck that offers you more defensive options, which is pretty handy right now since Whitebeard is a little bit fading away, so to speak. We have a lot more Zoro and LoL players who are trying out the meta right now, and so far you get to add the Kizaru and the Chapapa into the deck, which makes them unkillable by effects, right? So in my opinion, these are like the best blockers in the entire game, but we just put in kind of what we consider to be the strongest black cards. We have Kuzan to draw 1, put a body on the board, and then also put -4 to something when you attack, which of course has great synergy with Akainu, who's probably one of the best tempo plays to help get rid of something off the board. It's super good against Trafalgar Law because you can kill their 5-cost laws and all of that. And then of course Shockwave, which is like the best card in the game against Zoro and Trafalgar Law. You can kill all of their tiny little things early in the game. Now I've tried a couple different versions of this deck, and I had 4 copies of Shockwave, and while it was very, very good with 4, it kind of struggled against other decks when I had too many of this card. So I brought it down to 2, and I instead replaced it with 1 copy of Buzzcut and Thunderbolt. Both cards are very strong as one-ofs. Maybe you could try out 2 Thunderbolts if that's how you prefer to play, but I found it to be a bit riskier if you did. So I kind of liked just having 1 of each. Obviously, you have 4 life, so Buzzcut gets a bit more value most of the time because of that reason, and you're kind of playing from behind anyways because this deck takes a little bit to ramp up. But as always, the yellow playstyle is pretty much standard. You have the 7 drops, the 10 drops, and the 8 drops. You're all just looking to do that in the late game in order to kind of just win from there. And if things get a little too sketchy or scary, we do have a really good leader ability. If you have 1 or less cards in your life, you can place up to 1 card from the top of your deck at the top of your life. It does cost quite a bit. You have to use 4 Dawn, and you have to trash a card. But getting a life is just super good. When the meta is super fast, then this is going to be extremely good to help sustain yourself. And if you only use 4 Dawn, that gives you 6 more to play around with. So you could drop like an Akainu or maybe a blocker or something else. So in general, if you want to try to mess around with this deck, I highly suggest trying it out. It's a lot of fun. It is a bit pricier, all things considered, if you're trying to build it IRL. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Alright, so I hosted a game, and I have Kuro. That's a very interesting matchup. It's going to be difficult. I'm going to go second so I can maybe get a Shockwave here. I don't have a Shockwave, but I could keep this. That's actually pretty good. We're going to go ahead and keep this. I kind of like the curve. I'm playing behind on life. Ooh, you know what? I can just use Pudding here. I like that a lot, actually. So what do we want to get? The 10 drop is pretty greedy. The Sanji's probably better. We definitely don't need the 8 cost. I really want that 10 drop, but I don't think we do that. I think we have to get the Sanji. We just have to play it a bit safer. Trust me, I know more than anybody just how crazy powerful and aggro Kuro can be. We could get rid of a 1k. I think it's probably reasonable to get rid of a Cracker here because we can play Parasparrow instead. Nami, okay. And he has 1 Dawn left for what, like an Alvida? Alright, so we have 2 of the removal cards. So we have 2 removal cards. That's pretty good. I'm not sure what his 1 Dawn open is. I think we just drop the Parasparrow, and we tank a hit, probably. So that means we can do a 6k swing, this 1 open Dawn. Pretty good. We got a 2k counter out. Play the Parasparrow. That's about it. Next turn, we probably want to drop the Akainu on something. And we could probably get rid of maybe whatever we drop next. Oh, it looks like he's going full in. Well, I'm not going to save the Pudding. That's fine. Do I want to save the Parasparrow? I think so. I think we 2k counter this. So this does look like a pretty good Akainu turn. What do I want to get rid of? Do I get rid of the Thunderbolt? Alternatively, I could use Buzz Cut, which gives me 4. Nah, it's not really worth. I do think we do a 5k swing on Lanami. We have to clear his board. And then I think we get rid of the Thunderbolt or the Buzz Cut. Gosh, Thunderbolt's really good. But I feel like Buzz Cut might be pretty reasonable because he has a lot of low-cost things and I don't have to get rid of a life. And we can do a small 5k swing, which he can probably counter out of. Okay, so we didn't counter out of that. So now I kind of want to take one hit here so I can use my Buzz Cut, or alternatively, I could just drop a Katakuri or a Linlin. I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, 7k swing. I think we just let you die here. Can draw a card. Maybe we just get the Pudding. So we can search for some other big cards here. Django, attack again. Ooh, do I want to use this trigger? Discard a card from my hand. Well, I can't use the Buzz Cut anymore. I might as well just do that, right? I mean, I could have saved the Buzz Cut for another opportunity, but he's a 5-drop. I kind of want to do the Katakuri. And no, we could do the Linlin. So we can do the double attack here, and then do the Linlin. He's definitely going to have to counter out of that. Oh, you love to see it. You'll love to see it. So now we can do some small hits here. 5k. Maybe get out another card. Oh, that's huge for us. Do I even attack with this guy? I don't think I do. Let's drop this. See what he does. Ooh, he trashes a life. Alright, we can go in. But he'll kill it. No, he has to go for the cracker, right? Okay, 7k swing. That gets another life out. That's pretty good. And we have the Katakuri to drop on something else, or we could drop it on our own cards. I could do a Pudding and then into a Katakuri. So I can draw a card and get a life. Yeah, I assume he's going to go for that. I can get rid of one Pudding here. Oh, he's going to attack twice, though. Get rid of the other Pudding to save the Akainu. That's a tough one. I think we're going to save him, though. I think that's worth it. He has no more attacks left. It would have been really greedy of me. Alright, so what do we want to use Katakuri on? We can probably just try to clear his board here, right? Yeah, let's do a small 6 here. Try to get a card out of his hand. Oh, he let it go. Interesting. Ooh, was not expecting that. Alright, we'll do a 7k swing here. Put some pressure on him. Okay. I kind of don't want him to... Maybe I put the Django on there, though, anyways. Fuck it. It's not like I want to keep him. I mean, it sucks because he has another thing on the board, right? Like, I don't want him to be at 1 life. I prefer it at 0. But he's able to do so many attacks if I leave these things on the board for him, so... This kind of forces his hand, so he kind of needs to do his leader effect here. And I can at least swing big with these two, unless he has a Pearl. But then if he does that, he's probably not going to be able to kill both. He's definitely going to kill one, though, because I don't think I'm going to use my cracker counter here. I could use it on her, though. If he attacks a second time, you can 1k counter out of that. So he has 4 Dawn left. I'm going to guess he's going to drop Pearl or something here, right? Yeah. Oh, we have a Chapapa of our own. Here we're just going to clear the board then. Oh, he might have a Punk Gibson. 5. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Play around the Punk Gibson. I could have tried to go for lead here, but we're just going to choke out his resources. 8. Oh, I could try to go for lead. Well, I mean, maybe it'll be okay. I could just not attack. Because then I'm just giving him a double attack. And it'll just kill one of my things. But I think we can apply pressure and block one of those hits. Is he considering countering or blocking? I mean, he's considering the block here. Okay, so he might have a double attack here, and he probably has a Punk Gibson in his hand. And by double attack, I'm going to assume he has another Django. He's used 2 already, though. But I can at least save one of my cards. And then if he does that, he's kind of dead. He can't really develop the board. The pearls are just going to let him survive for a little bit longer. Ooh, that's really good, actually. Dang. Very nice. Well played. He had the Ezo. Well played, well played, well played. Okay, now both of my things might be dead? No, he can't kill both still. He had to use too much Dawn. He can kill my blocker, sure. Now he's going to, what, develop the board? They better be a bunch of pearls. Oh, a law. Oh, okay, okay. Buggy doesn't help that much, though. This doesn't help at all. Yeah, let me look at his life card. See what it is. So he's got a Punk Gibson, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So... no, we got to do 10 because of the law. Because if it's Punk Gibson plus the law block, then he would live. So we have to make it 10. Instead of 9. And then we can do some really big swings here. If he uses Punk Gibson, that's probably another card as well with the blocker. Or he could Punk Gibson 2k counter with the Ezo. Get that out of his hand at least. Yeah. Okay. So he has no more hand size. So that's great. Can do a 10k and then an 11. He has to take the hit. And then we kill his law here. So he has a Django, so he can do some scary double attacks here. As long as he doesn't get, like, more blockers, though, we just kind of win. And I feel like if he had a Pearl, he would have played the Pearl instead of the Buggy, so... I can counter out of attack. Actually, I will more than happy take that. That is so funny. Yeah, why not? Let's just kill your Buggy. Why not? Oh, that's funny. Another Shockwave? No, I can't use... That's so funny. Okay, that's fine. Now we just win. Okay. GG. 2 Shockwaves in the life. That is crazy lucky, actually. All right, so that was it for the gameplay. The deck's really fun. If, depending on what your play style is, I would swap around a few things, right? Like if you like being anti-Zoro and anti-Law, absolutely have 4 Shockwaves instead of these 2 cards. I do really like the utility that these 2 kind of provide, because sometimes it's just nice to be able to play something on my turn, whereas the 2 Dawn, it's kind of a tell. Good players are going to see that you have 2 open Dawn and probably realize this is Shockwave, I'm just going to play around it, right? So yeah, it kind of just depends on who you're playing against, what the matchups are at the local scene, and how good those players are. If they're good, Shockwave becomes a bit worse, and they can't really play around these 2 cards. I mean, it just gets something every time against Law and Zoro, so they're a lot better. But Shockwave is going to be more of a greedy card against players that don't know anything about Navy. They're not used to it. But yeah, anyways, the rest of the deck, it's pretty good. This is the core of it. Make sure to play it, have some fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Let me know in the comments what deck you guys want to see next. Peace.